Welcome back, prisoners, to the Lucky Die. Previously, Laffian writes an IOU, Rhal asks about hourglasses, Squash moves Lindren along, and Zaltanna throws an unsatisfactory revenge punch. Inside the prison, the heroes minus Laffian break Lindren out and the Double Ones suffer a mortal loss from Aimer's blade. Meanwhile, Laffian's team in the library get a lead on the quest that they have been given, and Kythea has the talk about the future with Laffian. Have we glimpsed the library already? Could a mage teleport to Gyartal with the little information that they have? And what does the future hold for Laffian and Kythea? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die.
The five of you are escaping out of the mortuary. Around you there is the inside of the prison, inside the prison walls, should I say. The walls are very high and you can see a couple of prisoners running off in the background. You can hear them, at least Squash can vaguely hear them screaming about seeing their spectres. Lindren is with you. What do you want to do?
Rhal probably has like a hand on Aimer's shoulder and has his vision in Tio because he's still hallucinating. He got heals, but he's not even close to being half yet. So I'm going to say that he's managing, but he knows that he's hallucinating and he's just,
Yeah.
Kind of running awkwardly, I guess, using a little bit of assistance to run.
Aimer's not used to being so out in the open. So for her, this is not her normal way of escaping danger. She has her arm like wrapped around your waist, and she's looking at the others like, I don't know what is the best way. Do we go out the front? Do we try and scale the wall?
Squash had opened secondary exit through the mortuary, right?
Yeah, you guys are basically just outside that.
I think Lindren said we were just going to go through the front. I don't know if the wall is a good option, especially since there's at least one tower on the wall.
I think you might be the only one who can sheer up a wall, so...
Yeah. I'm the only one who can just like hop over it without a thing, and there are guards up there. Only one of them is probably not incapacitated anymore. He's probably waking up. He's definitely probably awake now.
With your senses in Tio, you could basically look down and like determine the best time to run without any of the other guards like really latching onto where you are.
That's a good call. Yeah. Well, Rhal was also using Tio to be able to like see where he was going.
Yes. Okay. Let's go when Rhal says, and then Squash, you're a little bit more used to this than I am. Perhaps you could take the lead.
Sure. No problem. Follow me. And Squash just waits for a signal from Rhal.
Tio goes ahead and sees what's at the front of the prison.
At the front of the prison, there were two guards, inverted commas guards, prisoner guards. But they some of them went running when Spooky Rhal turned up, and the rest of them got, intimidated by a variety of this very, very sneaky golden dragonborn and a goddess incarnate walking among them. So most of them have fled the area. You can see that there's like one or two of these prisoner guards that are kind of still lurking at the edge of the entrance, but they seem very hesitant to go onwards. for the briefest of moments, at least like the next moment or two, you think that the entrance is unguarded.
Okay, so we just need to go aggressively and go now.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay, you have the signal to go. Squash, do you want to sneak or do you want to get them running as fast as possible?
Squash is a lot more used to sneaking, so Squash is taking it slower. He's trying to figure out where to move, to stay in shadows, to stay in people's peripheral instead of crossing their vision. Just trying to take it smart.
Then I want the three of you to make a stealth check. This will act as the group stealth check. So Lindrin and Ama they won't roll, but the three of you will, and will account for them in your three group. So go for it.
All right.
Should I take it at some sort of disadvantage since I'm not in my own perspective?
Stealth check, you said?
Yes, please.
Oh, I have really bad at that because I wear large armor.
Oh, you sons of
Casey, you
bitches.
have the boots.
So then I'll just roll again to negate it, but it's still gonna...
Jesus.
Yeah,
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
no matter what I do, I'm gonna have bad stealth, you guys. I fucking, you gave me really nice boots, and that's great, but I also have, just the largest, loudest armor.
Well, I didn't roll a great either, so I did roll with disadvantage. However, I did look so that I
Team
could be
sneak
like,
for him.
well, V, if you don't want me to have disadvantage... What? But the first one was a 1.
So-
It was a 1 at the first roll.
Yep.
So, oops on there.
Yep.
Oops on that one.
So we have a natural 1 on stealth.
Which is an 11.
We have... Zaltanna is also on an 11, because I'm just taking your first roll there. And then Squash has 32. So perhaps
Oh my
the problem was
goodness.
Squash just disappeared. And everyone else was left on their own. Either way, as the group of you make your way towards the entrance, and Squash just kind of disappears from most of your periphery. You're aware that he's there. He's your friend. You know where he is, but he's just kind of disappeared. And Rhal just kind of trips a little bit, and they get spotted. Those of you that are standing upright get spotted, and Lindrin just taps Rhal on the shoulder and says, perhaps we should just run, because they've got some big weapons. And as he points over, you can see that a couple of the more well-built prisoners, the ones that pretty much are always in the wait area, they are just charging at you. There are 3 of them. One is a dwarf with an axe, one is a human with a polearm, and another is a small halfling carrying a variety of daggers.
Okay. Rhal's gonna agree. Okay, y'all go ahead, and I'll be right behind you. And when Rhal is behind them, he's going to do his hour of reaping, because it's not going to matter if his friends fail or not, since they're going to be running away from him anyways.
Possibly the fastest speed ever.
Yep.
Okay.
This is...
All right, so what's the roll for the prisoners?
DC 16 wisdom save.
16
We all
wisdom.
know how wise those double ones are.
Okay. You see the dwarf and the human drop their weapons and flee in the opposite direction. You can hear them yelling, "It was all true! The specters are here!" as they're kind of crashing off into the distance. However, the halfling looks down at the blade in her hand, looks back up at you, and throws a dagger. I guess we're in initiative now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Good job! You crushed one poor halfling. I'm going to take Lindrin out of combat because he's just going to run. Lindrin has no interest in getting involved in this fight. He's been there once and he lost, so Lindrin is taking a run.
And back then, he wasn't shackled.
Back then, he didn't have the anti-magic bracelet, which somebody put on him. Naming no names. Okay.
Why would that be a problem, Lindrin? What you got going for you, Lindrin?
I threatened to do him a pretty good haunt, so I don't think that he's gonna, I don't think he's really gonna mess too hard at us.
It's gonna do a real good haunt. Okay. Half. She got a 7. All right. Aimer got 21. All right, Rhal, what did you get?
22.
Blimey. Zaltanna?
I got a 16.
And Squash.
20. Oh, wait, no, I rolled initiative with advantage. Let me see. It's still 20.
You're gonna sneak this shit in. Okay, top of the round. Rhal, this dagger has basically come flying at you. I'm going to say first off it missed because you were looking at them when they did this. All right. What do you want to do?
Okay. Rhal's going to tell everyone to keep running. And he's still in TO, I guess. Like watching this from, I guess, above.
Yeah, you could see this for sure, yeah.
And that's how he's going to fight for a moment. So he's just going to try to buy some time because he is faster than everyone else.
True.
So what buys us time here? Let me see. How far away are they?
The others that have gone fleeing, they are basically well out of distance. They're like 60, 70, 80 feet out. Like they're running. However, the halfling with her brace of daggers, she is probably like 35, 40 feet out.
I'm going to back up a little bit. And with my action, I'm going to toll the dead.
Okay, Rhal, explain that to me. What's this new fancy that you're bringing on me?
Toll the Dead is a cantrip. They need to make a DC 16 saving throw of some sort.
Wisdom.
Okay. It just said 0 saving throw. I was so confused.
Probably didn't put it in right.
Yeah, probably.
They failed.
Okay. Well, you point at one creature you can see within range, and the sound of a
Big, beautiful bell.
A real good bell fills the air around it for a moment. The target must succeed on that wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage. If it's missing any of its hit points, which is probably not, instead it takes 1d12. Oh, and yes, it scales based on level, as Art just typing out.
Yeah, so it should be 3d8. Okay, roll your 3d8 damage then. It's not currently missing any hit points.
13 necrotic.
Okay.
And Ross backed up, say what's the range on that?
60 feet.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, he's just trying to keep 40, 50 feet away. So I was just going to back up 10 feet just to make it difficult for them to get to me to melee.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Are you also running?
No, I'm holding off a little bit longer.
Okay. Aimer refuses to move.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All my plans.
She sees this halfling throwing these daggers in
run.
your two's general direction.
Hey,
so she pulls out her own dagger and throws it back at her.
No, not again. Ava, stop killing the double ones with daggers. You can't do this.
Well, it was a 13, so she missed. Okay. And as a bonus action, I think she can throw another one. Yep. Well, she got a natural 20.
That's what she got the time she killed the last double 1v.
Oh boy.
V. And she gets sneak attack and
so
it's
she
all
did 10
doubled and all kinds of
piercing
crazy
damage.
stuff.
So she did 10 piercing damage.
We're in broad
As
daylight.
this dagger goes flying into across the air, and you see this kind of greenish sheen on it. It's clearly been tainted with something.
Ovi.
And you see it embed itself in this halfling's chest. She did not fail the saving throw though, so she's not also poisoned. Yeah, this creature is not poisoned and it's not also thingied. That's Aimer's go.
Oh my goodness.
It's okay, we can run. Come on. And she's definitely trying to, like, pull you away. All right, Squash.
Oh, Jesus. How many of
God,
them...
I love Ema.
I'm getting such a, if you know the YouTube series Llamas with Hats, feeling of Ema and Rhal right now. Ema! You can't do that, that kills people! Oh my!
Squash.
Sorry. How many of them are there that are like running at them?
That is running at them is currently one halfling, but you hear the others screaming about your general direction and specters and beings being there. The alarm is definitely being raised.
Jesus. Ooh, okay. Do I know... Is there any way for me to prevent the alarm from being raised, giving my friends a little bit of extra time to run?
Not really. Like,
Okay,
the
okay.
two that are fleeing, like, it's everybody's already on high alert already,
Yeah.
and the fact that they're now shouting a specific place, no, it might be a bit too late for you to try and silence them.
All right. I want to just take aim with a hand crossbow and try to shoot at somebody's feet that's running at the crew. The intention to immobilize rather than kill.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
All right. Would this count as a sneak hand crossbow?
You had a 32 on stealth.
All right, I'll take
Yes.
that. And another one because it's with advantage. All right, that's a 18 to hit.
Yes, that definitely hits.
All right, 32 piercing damage. Non-lethal? Question mark.
You shoot at the legs of the human that is kind of like getting more of their cohorts towards them, and you take them in the back of the knee, and you see them roll and like knock a couple of the others to the ground as well, that were making their way towards your buddies. How about that?
That sounds real good. And then Squash
Okay,
keeps
yes, this
moving,
happens.
like towards the exit.
Okay. Zaltanna.
Y'all are basically running, right?
Yes. With the exception of Rhal, who will be running very shortly.
That's double ones, right? I'm just gonna fucking fuck it. I'm gonna run, but like before I do, I'm gonna get in a good hit on one of them because fuck those guys.
Yes, absolutely. I like the idea that y'all are just like fucking them up on the way through. As you kind of like make your way towards the entrance, you see that there is a double one that's kind of like very close to the wall and are then like beelining in your direction. You can definitely take a swing at that one. It's one's an elf that has the tattoo like just under one of their eyes, and they're wearing traditional prisoner garb, and they have really nasty looking knuckle dusters on.
Oh well, I attacked twice, and I think I hit them both times. Unless they have an AC of 22.
Yes, they do not have an AC of 22.
And then I do both of them do 14 slashing damage with an additional 2 damage each. Since I'm not.
Also, you get your improved smite because that's just how you live now.
So
that is
so math.
24 on the first one and 19 on the second. Let's say this one goes down in whatever manner you deem fit. You can either decide that it is...
Can I be absolutely disgusting and just say I slice right through the midsection of this dude?
Yep, you can. I will not tell you if it's lethal or non-lethal. It's ambiguous.
Well, if it's
okay.
Ambiguous blood is spilled.
I mean, but it can't not be lethal because it's 14 and 14.
Schrodinger's
So
double one. Just don't look and you won't know. Just run.
29,
Slice
30,
him in right
31,
in half
32,
and run.
33, 34, 35,
You won't
36,
know if he
37, 38,
lives.
39, 40.
Which half of him lives? You won't know any of
43.
it.
I did 43 damage to that dude. There's
God.
no way that man is...
That person could still be healed. So, anyway, with the double one falls to the ground, kind of screaming its hands over its gut as you kind of like try to slice it completely cleanly and halfly. All right, you continue on your way. Okay, it's now the halflings' go. All right, come on then, girl. You've got this. I believe in you.
All my
Gotta take at
HP that
least one of them.
Zaltanna gave me, no.
She
It's okay, buddy. I can
she takes the dagger out of her chest. She throws it back at Ama.
No.
Badass. I like it.
Well, it was a 22 to hit, so that definitely hits. And then how much damage does she do? So Ama takes 10 damage. And then she has to roll a... what is it on this one? I think it's a con save. Yep. Okay, well, the first one was 10. I didn't mean to click it twice. Zaltanna, you must be in range, right? What's your charisma bonus?
Where? Bonus? Which was that? I know how to play 5e, you guys.
Sorry. What's your charisma plus?
Oh, okay. 4.
4. She's one short. Okay.
It's like,
Okay. Okay. The dagger goes spinning back through the air, and it kind of like catches the top of Ama's arm. And you see the dagger kind of like embed itself a little bit, and she pulls it out. You can see that some of like the greenish has begun to like infect the wound a little bit, and she looks a little worse for wear. In fact, one might say she is poisoned.
No.
Did she get poisoned by her own knife?
She did.
oh
Ama,
no.
what are you doing?
I forgot to roll 2d then. Hang on.
I am a genius. Oh no. Poisoned.
She takes 12 more damage.
The...
Ama
I
looks
hate it.
totally fine, Rhal. I'm okay, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's just a flesh wound. Just run.
Well, I mean, that's all it took is seeing Ama getting stabbed for Rhal to turn around and try to rush her out. So...
Okay. The silliness
That'll be my
ceases as Rhal, you're gonna run, basically just make Ama leave, right?
Yeah, if it's my turn.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is your turn.
we're using all of our movements and stuff to get out now.
Okay. Where are you all headed? As you're kind of like meet back up by the entrance, Lindgren is a little distance ahead of you, Rhal, and you hear him say, "Is like, I'll go find a pillar. Yeah, don't worry about it." And Lindra just kind of like takes off in the direction of the kind of big battle tent that you saw a Peller in last. What are the rest of you doing? You can hear that there are a lot more prisoner guards making their way towards you. Where are you going?
I would like to disappear off into the building somewhere.
Okay.
So that's where Rhal's going to instinctively try to go and hide.
Into a nearby building?
Well, he eventually wants to take Ama over to the shack where the shack was. So he'll just dart over there, I guess.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to say that because of your speed, you can definitely outpace everybody else because you have your ridiculous monkeyness. You know, yes, all those horrible things that I hate. You can definitely take off at speed. And Ama could definitely go with you. Zaltanna and Squash, are you going with?
I think Squash is going to retreat somewhere else because he's clearly a bit more capable at hiding. But he's going to like observe from afar kind of thing.
Okay.
So just like he's just going to like retreat to some area, a bush, a tree, a alleyway, whatever you can think of that would be like sufficient to hide him.
Okay, great. And Zaltanna?
I think that I am going to... I know I can't hide, so I guess I'll go with...
Okay, in that case...
just real bad at hiding. If you try to play hide and seek with Zaltanna, it would go really badly.
Okay, in that case, I will give the following. Squash and Zaltanna, if you're going off to hide, I would say that Squash's natural abilities would be able to help Zaltanna.
Yeah.
But you're also hindered by Zaltanna, so I'll just let you make a straight roll.
All right. No advantages, nothing, just a stealth click. There we go. 25.
All right, I will give them one shot to see you. No, screw it. I'm going to roll my d20s.
No, screw it.
All my d20s to hand.
I'm going to roll all of them.
Okay, Rhal and Amer, as you go running off, the Squash and Zaltanna here, don't worry, we'll catch up, we'll split, we'll see you later, as she's kind of being dragged off in a direction. Squash and Zaltanna, you make your way into an alleyway, and with a little bit of finagling, the two of you kind of get up onto like the second floor and just like duck down behind like the plant pots on this little balcony. And you see the guards like rushing out, the prisoners talking, looking left, looking right, some of them pointing off towards the kind of the tent area outside and deciding they weren't going to do that, pointing more into the town, and you see them in utter chaos for a while as they then slowly begin to walk out, and it doesn't take long for them to just turn around and go back to the prison and bar themselves back in. You have managed to successfully hide and sneak away. Laffian.
Hi.
The last we left you, we were walking and talking with Kythea.
Yep.
You had just found yourselves outside of the Witcher Society once again. What do you want to do?
I don't think there was a whole lot left to do, really, because at that point we'd gotten all the information that we needed from the library. We just need to wait for the librarian to get that info, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in that case,
Yep.
Laffian kind of wants to rest because he's still at about a third of his HP left.
Yep, still somewhat exhausted from Marnak being ripped from your soul.
Yeah, that'll do that to you.
Yeah. In that case, is there anywhere in particular that you want to go to? I mean, you have the barracks, but that's less like private. It's less of a... Yeah, it's definitely more of an open area. Is there anywhere that you want to start calling your base, or do you just want to go settle into the barracks?
He would probably think of going to the shit shack because that's the only other place that he knows at least there's some semblance of privacy.
Yep.
And that was their official base for 2 episodes?
That was, yeah. I'm pretty sure they got knocked down.
I don't think we ever went back to check.
You never went back to check because it was such a shell.
Well, then in that case, he's going to try to... Yeah. We're going to go look.
Okay. You decide to take a walk to the shit shack. It is, as you arrived, it has been partially like knocked down in whatever attack on Falsam may have caused this to fall. However, there are still like bits of the roof still up. There are parts of this building which are still serviceable as a place to like stay and sleep. It just needs a little bit of repair here and there. You can definitely set that up as a place. There were, if I remember rightly, 2 bedrooms and like 1 larger room in the center for all the cooking and everyday stuff. That's definitely doable. And later on, you'll be interrupted by the arrival of. In fact, let's do it. As you kind of like begin to settle down and meditate, and Kythea just kind of like curls up fetal position just next to you, just like beginning to drift off. You kind of hear the arrival of 2 Dragonborn.
Sounding like they've been
Rhal
running.
And Amer are here. Yeah, they sound like they have been through some stuff. I'm going to say this has probably been a little while because they took a while in the prison. You just hear 2 like exhausted Dragonborn turn up as the door kind of like smashes open and then smashes closed again, and Kythea wakes up with a jump. Okay, I think we're safe now, Rhal. We can stop running, okay?
No, we're here.
Laffian pokes his head out from the bedroom door and is just... Hello?
Oh, hi.
Oh. Are you all right? You seem a little, short-winded.
Yeah, we're fine.
Emma, is that a stab wound on you?
Don't. She kind of like pulls like the shirt up and over the wound a little bit. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Not Nothing to worry about.
I don't need to be able to read auras to know that that's not... Okay.
Ama sees Rhal like dip behind her, and like he covers her eyes kind of playfully and just undoes them really quick and goes, "Ta-da!"
Oh!
I told Lindgren
what
that
do you
he
mean,
was going to give us this property and rebuild something for us here, so now we'll have a place in Falsam. Also, we had to go free Lindgren from the prison. He was trapped in there by the double ones.
I see.
Yeah, what an idiot.
And where's Lindgren now, then?
I think he went to run off to go to find Opella.
Right. And the others?
We got separated running away. They're somewhere around here.
I think Squash and Zaltanna are probably together somewhere. I'm not really sure.
Okay, at least there's... All right. As long as nobody's by themselves, I suppose that's all right. I'm sorry, you said that Lindgren said he would give you this place now?
Yeah, I told him that I could prove that I did not do it.
Ama waves.
Right, living witness is definitely a strong argument.
And I told him he owed me and that I was calling in a favor, and if he fucked me over, that... well, I'm already kind of trying to use my new position to get some things. Which is, you know, probably a good way to get promoted, huh?
Oh, don't do that, if I understand rightly. No,
right.
No promotion, Rhal, please.
Promotion's not such a good thing unless you really like the job.
Right, no, he said he would help me get this, so...
So this place is going to be our home now? Like this, not this building. This building is...
No, he owes this building, yes.
Pretty bad.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Different.
It's not the worst.
It is pretty bad. I mean, looks like some of the roof has fallen in, and this wall isn't exactly very strong, and, you know, sometimes I wake up with hiccups and there's fire everywhere, so I don't think this is going to quite work for us.
You wake... Okay, I'm not gonna... We're not gonna go down that rabbit hole right now. There's 2 bedrooms. This one's occupied. If you want the other one across the way, I don't know the integrity of that one, but...
We can go back down soon. I just wanted to...
Well, you know, I mean, you've had
really.
A busy day, it sounds like. I'm sure, Ama, you and Rhal would like to have some time, Rhal, together without other people in the barracks. Rhal, maybe in...
It's okay, we take the hint. We'll leave you and Kaithia. It's okay, we'll go find somewhere else. Not a problem.
No, please, I insist.
We graciously allow you to use our home. And she can see that she's kind of like smiling and playing about a bit.
I just need to rest. I did not expect to be fighting. I wasn't ready.
I didn't expect you, but we'll discuss this more outside.
Did you find out just going to be a conversation?
What you needed to at the library?
For the most part, we're waiting on one more bit of information. The librarian was gracious enough to offer calling in a favor. From the sounds of it, we're going to have to go to 2 places. One, they're looking into the Library of Ogma.
I think I've heard of that, yeah.
Apparently it moves around and vanishes and reappears. There's a chance that we may be able to go to it, hopefully. Knowledge is power, after all.
Of course.
The other is that we may need to go to a place called Giata.
I'm going to have Ama roll a history check.
Ama's read some books, yo.
Yeah.
And Demarius is a hell of a lot closer.
I think I've heard of that place.
Nerd.
Let me think. Val, you always said you liked it when I read books.
Roll for a dagger venom right in the kidney.
Gaeta is it is a land to the north. The people are very. They've been known to set up things that cover their entire continent. If I remember what I read correctly, you cannot teleport there. You cannot scry into that place. It's rumored to be where the first great, how do you phrase, sentinel, where one of the sentinels first touched down on this land. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure that is Gaeta. It has knowledge of the world there. It is a place favored by the people who made this whole world, if you believe those fables correctly.
That would lend some credence to why we likely need to go there, and also makes things a lot more difficult for us if that's the case. But we'll look into it. We were able to find some old treaties that by all rights should still be in place with us to go to Gaeta.
Yes, if I remember rightly, one of the great treaties from must be more than before the Greatest War. It's to do with trading and knowledge exchange, I think.
The knowledge
Honestly, I think I'm a
exchange
little too tired to do this right now.
No, that's fair.
So.
Leave all the research to me. I've got a knack for that sort of thing. Don't you worry.
Ava gives you like a stern like smile, like she is too. And she says, "Okay, well, Rhal and I will find somewhere to rest and we'll meet up with you in the morning, say back in the barracks."
Sounds like a good idea. If he melts into a puddle, can you come get me, please?
I will try and not let that happen. No puddles for you, Rhal. She kind of like gives you like half-hearted like pat in the direction that you two should be leaving.
Oh, Rhal, you should introduce Emma to your alchemist friend.
Oh, I did. I have to go talk to him anyways.
Good idea.
At some point. Rhal's been in Tio this whole time, so he's like, once I've rested and I'm not seeing things, I'll go talk to people and get ready.
Wait, you're seeing things again?
Okay.
He's
been in Tio this whole time. Just letting him guide him around.
He would not have known. All right, hold on a second. I've still got enough in me, and I'm about to rest anyways. So, Laughing will just come over and just put a hand on your shoulder and... how many am I allowed to spend now? What level are... Okay, 7. Yeah, 7.
That's it. Use all of your abilities.
I still have a lot.
Clearly nothing could go wrong.
Clearly. 7. Spend. All right, you regain 28 HP.
28, okay.
Does that help?
Let me check.
There you are, Rhal. Are you feeling better? Is the world still wobbly?
Let me check.
Are you at roughly over half your HP?
Oh, it's real close. It's let me see. It's less than 5 away. I'll just take it. He'll stop.
It's close enough. Okay, it's close enough.
Damn it.
Those rolls were bad.
They were. 1, 8. Well, no. It's 6, 1, 8, 2, 2, 7, 2. I got 3 2s and a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. This is standard Arch Roll 20 abuse. Let's just Roll 20. You're dead.
New Patreon stretch
okay.
goal. We use physical dice.
We delete roll 20.
Well, no. The character sheets are nice. Especially when you're playing a character that has so many abilities.
Yeah. You have a lot of things to manage. Okay. Rhal and Ema, you make your way back towards the barracks, and we'll leave you there for a bit. Squash and Zaltanna, you find yourselves on a balcony watching all the prisoners barricade themselves back in the prison. What do you both want to do?
GTFO.
I'm imagining Squash is massively out of breath, having to help Zaltanna climb a building. She's like, how do you walk around in that thing?
The armor, I don't know what you're talking about, man. It's super easy. It's actually really comfortable.
Oh, all right. Well, it looks like the prisoners are gonna regroup in the prison. I sure hope Opella can deal with that stuff.
Well, not
What time?
my problem.
What time is it in world?
Probably. I don't know. Like sun is setting. I guess it's not. It's kind of late.
I imagine Squash kind of just like looks at the sunset for a little bit, and then his eyes light up, and he's like, "Oh! I have a thing I have to do. Oh God, how did I forget this? I need to run off to the Witches Society real quick. Are you going to be okay, Zaltanna?
Yeah, I should be fine. I might just head back down to the barracks and shit and take a nap, maybe.
Yeah, today has been hectic.
It's been a real weird day. I was just getting to know Ama, and then all of a sudden we're fighting people, and Lindren's there, and hey, she smiles. But I cuffed him though.
You did cuff him, and he ran with those cuffs towards Opella. So let's hope they rough him up a little bit, assuming he's a escaped prisoner before they interrogate him.
If I see that guy again, it's on sight. I'm murdering him.
Lindren?
Yeah.
I think you should talk to Rhal before you murder him. He was, for some reason, hunting him down earlier today. He has some kind of a plan for him.
Fine.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna stop you.
Guy,
Just
but he
saying.
fucking hung us, man. And it's not like if he hung us and it was just like, this is the job, but it sucks, like, I wouldn't be as mad. But he hung us and he was like getting some kind of like sick pleasure out of the fact that we were hanging and he got to hang us. That guy is fucking sick.
Squash's face kind of like drops, and it's just like, yeah, you're right. There are just monsters out there.
Hey, are you okay, Squash?
Yeah. We just, there's a lot to do, and it doesn't help that some of us who should be fighting with us seem to just want to fuck everything up. It's unfair. We already have the blissful eclipse just breathing down our necks. And meanwhile, people in our own backyards are trying to set fire to things. It feels unfair.
Yeah, well, I mean, what you gonna do? We can only focus on like so many things, right? We can't, if we try to take care of everything that is going wrong right now, like us personally, we're gonna burn ourselves out. We're not gonna be able to save the universe, the world, whatever.
You're right there. Focus on single things that you think you can manage.
She gives you like a really like a look like she's trying to convey something to you, and then she like nods.
I'm going to say, for the sake of brevity, because one of you is going down into the barracks and the other is going to the Witches Society. They're kind of in the same area, so to save time, I'm going to say the pair of you are like making your way in that direction.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. There's a lot to get done, but one step at a time.
At that moment, in the back of your head, Zaltanna, you hear a familiar voice. Hi, sweetie. Come up to what was the mistress's balcony. I have something waiting for you. Love, Adette.
Oh, okay.
Squash, in the back of your brain, you hear a voice that you have never heard before. And they say, research. You really did spend too much time with Demi. Don't die. From Damas.
Oh, fuck. Fuck, I have to answer.
You don't have
yet.
to.
Yeah.
22 words or less, because the last three have to be I love you.
Nope.
We'll let you figure out your response and go with Zaltanna.
Yes, please.
Zaltanna, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go wherever the hell that thing is that you said. What mistress? I have no
you've
idea
been to the mistress of the Witches Society's room before.
Oh!
Demi called you in the first time you met her. Or second time you met her, I guess.
Yeah, the first time we met her, we were in jail.
Correct. Yeah, so you know where, like, the former mistress's rooms are, and you know that she has a balcony. You make your way up to that. I'm going to say the sun is, like, kind of dipped below the horizon now, so it's kind of like that pinks and purples in the sky. You know, that really, like, the clouds are kind of going orange. It's that, like, picture-perfect, beautiful scene outside. And you can see, like, bits of Falsam that have broken up, and the far distance, the way the earth, the land itself has kind of broken up all around you. And it's just a beautiful view, even with all of the tents and all of the people outside of Falsam that are still here. As you make your way to the balcony, you can see from within, when you stand inside the room, looking through the door to the balcony outside, you can see that there is a tall, blonde, elven woman leaning against the balcony.
Odette? I mean, I'm walking in the room, or towards the woman.
As she turns around, you spy Odette's features. She smiles very broadly at you, and she says, "So, hi, Anna. I made a deal. I can be here with you for a bit, every now and then, if I'm not going to be too distracting for you."
She gives her like a smirk.
Well, I only have a couple of hours, so hi.
Hi. I think that we have to fade to black because Zaltanna and Odette haven't
Because
physically
you
been
only have 2 hours.
we only have a few hours, and it's.
Gotta start now.
Listen, I haven't,
No
I
time to
haven't been
talk.
physically in the presence of my wife in this, for long enough for us to get physical this entire podcast. So it's I'm safely saying there's a fade to black happening right now.
Let's get physical. Physical.
Okay, a fade to black is definitely a thing we should do here. I'm going to give you the information that Odette would give you, like, before she has to leave. And I'll just give that to you meta-wise. Like, we don't need to talk around the sweet nothings. And you basically learn that once every 7 days, she can come and spend 3 or 4 hours with you. So, like, as of this day, she can come in 7 days' time and spend more time with you. But the rules are that she cannot influence or interrupt your quest, even though she knows what it is. Even though she could help, she is not allowed to. She has her own role in this. So, yeah. You have that as a thing that you can look forward to. Yay! Let's put it like that. Wherever you are in the world, she will find you.
That is the greatest thing of all time ever.
I was going to have this thing where, like, you walk out and you see, like, the blanket on the ground and, like, a little picnic and a thing in the end. I'm like, yeah, that's what's not going to happen here.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Okay.
They haven't been together in years, really. Like, other than, like, in dreams and, like, in passing because of circumstances. They're, like, I think that the first couple of times that Odette comes back down, it's going to be, like, an immediate fade to black.
Yeah, no matter where you are in the world, just everyone else just has to leave.
Odette comes in, we're literally talking, like, policies, and Zaltanna's like, I need everyone to leave my tent right now. Right now.
Right now. Get out. Okay. Happily fading to black here. Squash, do you have a response?
It's just going to be blank. Just still working on it.
I love you, 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 I love you.
No.
Damas?
No, the message back is just like might have to leave this plane of existence. Research still in progress.
You've responded. Zaltanna has basically just rushed off inside the Witcher Society.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
First, I want to argue one thing. Just searching Squash's memories, can Squash know if Trampel has anything that he would enjoy, i.e. food stuff, wine stuff, anything like that? Because I have to go interact with him and I'd rather start it on a favorable foot.
Roll a history check, but at disadvantage, because the only thing you'd really know about Trampel is the experiences that you've had with him, and also anything that anyone around you might have said in passing.
Can argue that would be more of an investigation role, because I'm ciphering through facts I know rather than a book I read.
Well, in my mind, history is more memory, but I will allow your investigation at disadvantage.
All right, because I actually stood a chance of beating that. I have no chance of beating a history check on the disadvantage. No way. All right, that was 25.
You know that Trampel is fond of unique wines.
Wines. Oh shit, I actually have a wine bottle from the Mirror World.
Oh shit, this is not the time, bro. But you could totally use it.
Okay, no, that seems like something that needs research before it gets thrown at people.
Yeah, you the spirit wine is definitely something you could offer, because it is an unusual wine, and perhaps you could learn more about it by giving it to Trampel.
Okay.
Shit, I forgot you had that.
Oh yeah, I have it written down. I both have a wine bottle and a meat bottle from the Mirror World. I also have lipstick.
Bottle, great. Okay, yeah.
I don't know why, but the
Cool.
lipstick just stood out as a weird thing you put on the desk.
It's important.
It feels important. All right, Squash is gonna make a beeline for any place he knows where there might be wine for sale, whether it be in the underground or anything like that.
Your best bet would be the monastery.
All right. Squash is just gonna then quickly he's hustling it now. It's a little bit later than he wanted to start this.
Yeah, it's 4 or 5 silver. You could get yourself a fairly good bottle of elven wine. The monastery doesn't have particularly unique things, quote unquote, but you could find something good there for that reasonable price. The halfling lady behind the bar just very happily gives you the bottle.
All right. And then Squash is gonna book it back to the Witcher Society, and he's gonna try to search out Trampel.
You find Trampel in his office. You see the tabaxi that was standing next to him when y'all were at the last portal fight. You can see that the pair of them are talking, and Trampel is speaking a language that you don't recognize, but he's not fluent in it. He's clearly trying to learn whatever the native language of his tabaxi friend is. You can, they're kind of sitting and talking, and you see that Trampel was a kind of half working, but half not, being Trampel, I guess.
Squash is just gonna knock on the door. Just hello, Trampel?
Yep.
I could see that you're busy, but I had a couple of things I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, you gotta be quick though. I've gotta get. Someone's coming. Things might change a little, but what is it? Is it quick?
No, not really. There are two things I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to talk to you about magic a little bit, and you're the most powerful wizard I know, so I thought I'd ask you.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh. That's not what that was supposed to be.
Open attempt at flattery at the world's worst wizard.
I said persuasion boop. That's a 13.
Okay. I'll bear that in mind.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions about magic, and we recently had an experience in a kind of a strange way, and I wanted your input on a couple of things. And Squash is gonna get out the strange magic wine from a different world.
Okay.
And he just flashes it real quick. It's not like it's supposed to get him intrigued, not not give away too much. Just like I got this from a different kind of. We got it from the mirror. Do you know the mirror?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that came from there. I have that.
He puts a hand out for it.
Squash reluctantly hands it over.
All right. So what's your question?
What's a mortal avatar?
It looks like he's about to choke on whatever it is that he's normally chewing. He says, he turns and looks at his tabaxi friend, and they say something very quickly. He says something very broken but quickly to him. And he puts a hand on his upper arm and just indicates for him to leave, and he does. He goes and sits and waits outside and closes the door behind him. And Trembel says, I don't rightly know. I did some research. I know what an avatar is. Mortal avatar is an avatar. It's a being constructed for other beings that would crack our world. You know, a god came here. Their magic kind of screws things for us. Balance. But if you put them in a construction, a shield, let's call it, stops that from being the case. Powers are a lot less, as you might have noticed. Not quite all their godly powers. Or being. Spectres sometimes do it. If they've got great need of it. But that's not really a thing. As for immortal, I could only guess. Why do you ask?
Squash, he had been kind of staring at Trampal, who I imagine is more interested in the wine than talking.
Yeah, he's constantly spinning this wine after almost choking. Yeah.
And I imagine that when he asks why you ask, Squash instantly breaks eye contact and looks away. And he's, if I tell you this, you have to be quiet, right?
Well, I don't have to. Depends what it is.
It is so important that you do not talk to anybody about this. It could be the difference between our world ending and not.
I just want to keep the Wish Society ticking. That world-saving stuff. That tangle with you lot and Dachin, I've got no interest getting involved in that again.
Yeah, and if you talk about this, that madness might come chasing you down. That's more what I mean.
You can tell me, but it don't mean I'm just gonna play it by ear, all right? Talk to me.
I believe that Demi's gonna become a mortal avatar for Grumsh. I believe Demi already has.
Right.
I don't know what that means. But it's not good. Nothing that has anything to do with Grumsh is good.
I don't... My guess, and it's only a guess, is that avatars are meant to take bits of more powerful things, right? Shield us. I guess that means that, unlike your normal warlock, or anyone else who has links with deities, sounds like they're going to be taking on a bit more. It's just a guess.
You don't know.
I don't possess a book on avatars, mate. And I don't have a hotline to any gods. I'm just a guy trying to survive.
Did we not at some point have a book about avatars?
I do. Or I think
son of a
Althea
bitch.
does at this point.
I think it does, yes.
All right.
You never asked.
I'm assuming Squash at some point heard somebody say something about a book about avatars during our conversation.
I'm going to say that when Aimer was filled in on everything, because everyone filled Aimer in while Rhal was asleep, you'll have been awake also. So you, basically at this point, we can assume everyone knows about everything unless someone says that wouldn't have been said.
All right. Squash is going to put that in the back of his head.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I have to do some research on avatars. I think Balance has a book on them. I'm not sure.
Don't know, mate.
What do you know about Soulfire?
Shirts. Sorry. Sulfur is... You know how fire works, right?
Yeah, it makes shit hot and then burns it to cinders.
Yeah. Imagine a fire that doesn't even leave cinders. Nothing. So imagine fire, normal fire, and then you've got components, right? Let's call it wood. When a fire set fire to wood, the component is used up, and you're left with ash. Something different, some destruction. Soulfire uses a soul as a component and leaves nothing.
Soulfire can only burn around souls?
Yeah. It's a fire that don't go out. The fire that consumes it all. At least, magic being magic, that's how it works right now. Use it to kill things. Use Soulfire to spell things. It's very powerful.
Okay. Is there any known way to, put out Soulfire?
I don't know, to be honest. It's one of those things that Witch Society don't teach for a very good reason.
Yeah, I get that.
Top level witches, mages, sorcerers, warlocks, they might know it. But it's something once you learn it, you can't go back.
I guess the last thing is the god of death needed us to bring them dragon leaf sap and to bring back somebody from dead without tearing our world apart, apparently.
Right.
Have you ever heard of this thing?
Mate, dragon trees, dragon leaf trees is just like fables for kids, man.
Squash reaches into his pocket and puts a vial on the table.
Trempal puts down the bottle without looking at it, just puts it down. It's so close to the edge, it's going to fall off. looks at this dragon leaf sap that you have just put on the table in front of him. And he says, right. Okay. What do you want? No, I think I should end that. What? What?
Demi's in danger and we need to help her.
Nah, mate. I'm not getting involved in that, all right? She left some very specific instructions. I'm not getting involved in any of this. This, and he points at the dragon lake sap. This is beyond anything I want to deal with, all right? This is like some fucking primal potent magic shit, all right? No. I don't want any of to do with this. If you've gotten mixed up in that, she's gotten mixed up in that, and fucking gods and avatars and group shears and nah, mate. Nah, you could fuck off with that. I don't want anything to do with this.
Oh, that's not good.
I told you, I'm just trying to get on with my life, all right? I fully believe you're all going to do this, but I don't want anything to do with this.
Squash grabs the dragon leaf sand and a dragon leaf sap, and he's using it to distract Trampal to go for the bottle of wine so that he doesn't have time to snatch it out of my hand. I don't want to leave him with either of these things. I want to take
a slight hand.
I want to take both things that he's interested in away from him in the same moment. I want to fucking torment him with that decision that he just made.
Bastard. Sure. It's going to be a 25 man win, isn't it?
It's a 33.
Yeah, totally. You managed to grab both of these things.
Squash just kind of looks at him like, so, what? Are you just telling me you're useless if it comes to helping Demi?
Yeah. It's not I don't want to help. Just if you're messing with that stuff, man, you are going to need some way more powerful magic on your side. Don't even open that. No offense, mate, but you don't have much of a shred of magic about you. You are not strong enough to handle this. And if you do it wrong, there may not be much of a world left. Like I said, that's some primal shit right there. I'm a pretty good wizard. I wouldn't want to mess with that.
And would you be willing to help me learn a little bit?
Fuck me. I'm pretty sure you're about to go off and be a hero, right? You're in that hero squad? Cool. I don't have time to teach you because I don't know how to use this.
You know how to cast magic without knowing the spells?
Yeah.
That seems like a starting point for somebody who doesn't know how to use spells.
Tell you what. You make a start on learning as magic. You figure out some basic cantrips, a couple of low-level spells. Then I'll teach you how to cast something you shouldn't cast. That's all I'm going to do, all right?
That's more than enough. Thank you, Trampal.
Don't thank me, just... If for whatever reason she comes to kick my ass, you make sure she doesn't, all right?
Yeah. Of course. What did she tell you?
No, just get out.
Sorry, this isn't exactly Mirror World wine, but it's something nice I found. Thank you. And Squash puts the other wine bottle he bought earlier just on the table. Interesting.
All right.
And I fuck off.
Hi, everyone. It's Adette. Goddess of forgiveness, I guess. Surprise. I'm really glad that I get to spend some time with Zaltanna and hopefully get to know her new friends more. They seem like nice people. Well, we want to say thank you to one of our patrons, Lasmos. Thank you for helping them out and anyone that helps out like this, just keeping the lights on for them and making sure they're fed and watered and looking after them when I can't. So thank you. And that goes to all of our patrons. Thank you to all of you. And if you want to become a patron and help support them and keep their armour looked after and Zaltanna's somewhat scary new sword sharp, you can find them patron.com/TLD. /TLD pod, I think. I'm not really invested in mortal affairs so much anymore. Talking of mortal affairs and immortal affairs, there is an ad coming up for Ghosts on a Train. Looks like it's going to be a good podcast. So until I see Zaltanna in 7 days, have a really good week. Bye.
We interrupt this program to inform you about the new radio drama, officially sanctioned by the immortal emperor himself, Ghosts on a Train. Ghosts on a Train is all about the pride of Duskwall and the courageous but eccentric line bulls that keep our railways safe. Let's hear from the bulls now. Andrew Anderson, badge name Dunville.
The best thing about being a line bull is definitely the train. Back at the orphanage, I shared my room with 20 people, and now I only share it with 3. Ooh, plus the food's way better. Plus there's a hot tub, and I swear that someday...
Yeah, we only have so much time. Adric, a.k.a. Drix, badge name Colburn.
Close calls, huh? That was a wild one, but you know what cowboy never rodeos entails.
Oh, that's unhelpful. Pippin Pip McKeel, badge name McKeel.
All I think is best about the train is the unintelligible mumblings of a drunkard.
Ah, well, listen to Ghosts on a Train, a Ghost Lines actual play, releasing every other Thursday on a podcatcher near you.